Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. As you can see, we have before us sneak peek at number 4 for the October update in Marvel Future Fight. So for those of you guys who were burnt out, no pun intended, from playing with Captain America, Wolverine, and Hyperion in the new Phoenix Force uniform, don't worry, there is more for you, because I saw people complaining on the forums saying this month's update looks or feels very small, as if they didn't read the dev notes or watch the videos that myself and a bunch of other people made talking about the fact that the Epic Quest is going to be coming literally next week, and with that we're going to possibly see maybe 6 new characters and I'm guessing probably 2 tier 3 native. So yeah, hold on to your resources. This might be the biggest Epic Quest thus far. So we got this teaser right here, which gives us confirmation, which we already knew is gonna happen, right? Icarus is getting a brand new uniform and he looks sharp. My guy looks hella sharp. And then we got Sersi over here rocking green, so the purple has gotta go. Baby, green is the new purple, I guess. Anyways, she looks hella sweet. And then we have Makari, new character coming in. For those of you guys who don't know who Makari is, we'll get into it because this character is quite complex. This one does not look anything like what he is supposed to look like in the comics, okay? So some of you guys might feel some type of way about it, but let's see what they have to say here on the forums and then on Twitter, and then we'll talk about the new character, who she is and what she means for the game, or potentially means for the game. So it says, greetings agents, this is CM Fragment of Marvel Future Fight. Agents, to prepare for the battle of the millennium, the Eternals have reunited. This particular superhero with super speed abilities has joined Marvel Future Fight. Will the Ancient Guardians be able to protect the Earth from the Deviants? In case you guys don't know who the Deviants are, just think of Thanos and his ugly mug, and yeah, that'll give you a good idea of what the Deviants look like generally. Anyways, they're basically the evil version of the Eternals. The Eternals are the good guys and the Deviants are the bad guys. Let's just put it like that. So we might be seeing some playable Deviants at some point in the future. That'd be pretty cool, but this update is strictly gonna be Eternals. So it says, please look forward to the patch, which will be applied next week. So we're getting confirmation that this is coming next week. We don't have to wait until after the movie releases, because the movie doesn't come out until November. So that's really cool. Over here on Twitter, this is what they said. The latest V755 teaser image reveals the first few superheroes inspired by Marvel Studios Eternals to arrive in Marvel Future Fight. Which Eternal are you most excited for? For me, I'm looking forward to seeing how Ikaris and Sersi change the meta, because currently they're 2 of the strongest base form tier 2 characters, meaning characters that start off at tier 1 they can only get to tier 2. These 2 characters are 2 of the strongest in the game. Sersi is one of the strongest for PvE content, and Ikaris is one of the strongest for PvP content. And that's characters without awakened skills or tier 3s. So looking forward to seeing how these characters shape up going forward when they get their tier 3 or their awakened skill or what have you. Will they stack up to some of the other top tier titans that we have in the game, like, I don't know, Captain America now in his Phoenix Force uniform, Doctor Doom if you will, Super Giant, Mephisto, Moonstone, Sharon Rogers, you know, those characters. How will these 2 rise in the coming weeks, months, years possibly in Marvel Future Fight? It will be interesting to see, because I think this update is supposed to be their money maker for the ending of this year. So should be interesting to see how much power creep goes into this one. They're trying it already with the artifacts, not really working out too well for them because not too many people are talking about it. I'm avoiding talking about it on purpose, right? So yeah, hopefully they don't make too much money off of that. But anyways, if you guys want me to talk about artifacts, I can, but for now let's talk about Makari. So Makari in the comics is a male, okay? However, because Disney likes to pander, they decided we're gonna turn this white male into a black female, and that could possibly broaden the reach and bring more people into the movie. Nobody seems to care about that, and I find it quite comical because of the fact that if this was the other way around, where they turned a black male into a white female, people would be up in arms. So I'm kind of like, I don't know, a little confused as to why nobody cares. But it's what Disney does. They love to pander, right? They'll turn white people Asian, they'll turn white people black, just because of the fact that they want to appeal to a wider audience and whatever, man. I don't really care. But I think it's kind of corny. It's kind of cringe. So, Bakari, this is what he normally looks like. This is what he looks like in the comics. He's an Eternal, just like Icarus, so he has the same superpowers they have. So like longevity, meaning they can live pretty much forever. They don't age very much. He's super strong, super durable, super fast. However, in his case, he focuses majority of his power into his speed. So he is considered to be the fastest Eternal. Think of him as a Quicksilver of the Eternals, if you will. He can do pretty much anything that Quicksilver can do. He's even beaten Quicksilver in a foot race. I believe they call him the fastest in the Milky Way. So he's one of the fastest beings in the universe. And just like the Eternals, he's been alive for like thousands of years. I believe I seen a comic run where he was around when the Egyptians were on Earth and he taught them how to write and stuff. So that's pretty cool. I'm not too sure what made them decide they wanted to make him a female. And then on top of that, I heard in the movie they're gonna make him deaf. So I guess or her deaf. So they're trying to literally pander to as many people as possible, man. Typical Disney. But in a nutshell, think of it as we are getting a new Quicksilver, only in a female form. Looks like she's using a bow and arrow here in the movie, or it looks like some type of bow. I don't know what she's doing there because I haven't seen the movie. The movie hasn't come out yet, right? But it looks like she's pulling back a bow. I've never seen him use a bow. I usually just see him running in circles, doing stuff like Quicksilver would do, like causing tornadoes and all kinds of stuff like that. So I don't know if they're gonna switch that up and make her use a bow and arrow in the movie, or they're just gonna make her super fast. It looks like they might just keep her as a super fast character. So female Quicksilver incoming, black female Quicksilver incoming. That's pretty much it. As long as she's good, who cares, right? I guess. Honestly, man. One thing that's gonna be interesting is at some point Netmarble is probably going to release the classic uniform for this character. So I wonder how people will react when she goes from being base form a black female to being a white male. Because I remember how the player base kind of reacted when they saw Valkyrie. Let me jump in game for a sec here. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I remember how the player base reacted when they saw Valkyrie go from being a black female to a white female, even though this is technically what Valkyrie always was supposed to look like, right? I seen people on the forums saying, oh, Netmarble is racist, this, that, and the third, when they don't really know the origins of the character. So I feel like they're gonna go through that again, unless they never give him his or what's it gonna call? I guess maybe they never have to give him or her the original Makari uniform or whatever. So it is what it is. But basically, Quicksilver is here because we might be getting a female Quicksilver. How strong is that character going to be? I don't know, because Quicksilver is a tier 2 native with a very expensive uniform, so I don't think they would want to make a free-to-play. Well, who's to say she's going to be free-to-play, but Icarus is kind of paywall already, but they did give him out for free, so most people already have them. So, maybe she could be a paywall version of Quicksilver that's way stronger. I don't know, but it will be interesting to see, because this uniform didn't live up to the expectations of a lot of players. So if they release a new female speed version of Quicksilver and she or he or whatever is stronger than Quicksilver, people are gonna be pissed, even though technically Makari is supposed to be faster than Quicksilver because he beat Quicksilver in a race, right? So there's that. Anyways, Icarus. I have some things that I would like to see them change for this character, even though honestly Icarus has almost everything you would want a character to have. Like if you look at his kit, he has damage reduction built into his tier 2 passive, so he doesn't rely on it from like a uniform bonus. Like most characters, they don't get damage reduction built into their tier 2 passive like this, so that's really cool, right? Then his first skill removes active buffs. This would be really cool if they changed it to being like how Doctor Strange is, where Doctor Strange can remove all buffs. So as you can see right here, Doctor Strange's 2 skill, or second skill if you will, is one of the most broken abilities in the game because it removes all buffs. This title or this wording basically means that anything that you apply to yourself can be removed by Doctor Strange, including your passive, your tier 2 passive, your 4-star passive, everything, your skills that give you a frenzy buff like all attack, all defense, all that stuff. These are considered active buffs, so they can be removed when a skill says active buff, but when a skill says all buffs, it can remove everything. And that's why Doctor Strange is so strong for timeline survival, because all those passive buffs that get applied, it's like, oh, extra damage to blast types, extra damage to supervillain type, take less damage from this type or that type, all those things can be removed by Doctor Strange because of the fact that he has this ability that removes all buffs. And Thanos had this at one point, and so did Apocalypse, but they actually nerfed it. What is it? I believe was his one skill. Oh no, Thanos still has it. Okay, I believe they nerfed it on one of his uniforms though, where it was changed to just active buffs. Oh, was it this one? I don't know why I thought they nerfed it. Oh yeah, this is the uniform that nerfed it. It's been a long time since I've gone back and looked at base form Thanos. But yeah, Thanos has it. I believe Apocalypse has it as well. So it would be cool to see if, which skill has it for Apocalypse? Was it, did they take it off him completely? Yeah, he had it on his 3rd skill. They took it off. Ah, so he's who I was thinking. Yeah, they definitely, yeah, bro. Yikes. Yeah. Okay, so Apocalypse is the one that got the shaft where they took off his all active buffs or his all buffs. But yeah, back to what I was saying. It would be nice if they actually changed this active buff removal to just being able to remove all buffs. That would be really dope, because like I said, it includes your passives, so that's insanely powerful. But then if you look at his 2 skill, he has ignore dodge. His 3rd skill gives him accumulation. His 4th skill gives him iframe ignore and a V-pad skill. And then his 5th skill, you can see right here, penetration, and it also has incapacitation and defense down. The thing that I would like to see change for sure though, even if they don't like make it so you can remove all buffs and whatnot to make him as broken as possible, especially since a lot of free-to-plays have Icarus and have him invested in, because he was really good at tier 2. He was able to kill sentries, Silver Surfers, Jean Greys, Thanos's, the metas basically, until everybody got like really OP cards with lots of attacks, lots of HP, so they can just wipe away characters that are not tier 3/transcended. Icarus was really good, and then now that we have Doctor Doom in his 3099 uniform, he stands no chance. So anyways, back to what I'm saying, it would be cool if they would cut these cooldown times by like 3 seconds. If you notice, his 5th skill, it's 18 seconds, and then his 3rd skill, also 18 seconds. Really long, not proc friendly, so it would be cool if they cut the cooldown time on both of these skills to 15 seconds. The 4th skill, 13 seconds, is perfectly fine. The thing is, he's gonna get a tier 3, so these long cooldowns will possibly mean that his tier 3 will charge at a faster rate. And if the majority of his damage comes from his tier 3, charging your tier 3 faster, hey, that might not be the worst thing in the world. But ideally, I would like those cooldowns to be more proc friendly. By the way, let me just say this, since there's a discount right now, if you're like me and you are using Icarus as a PvP character primarily, might be a good idea to take off whatever CTP you have on him right now and leave him empty, so that next week you don't have to spend extra crystals to do that. Additionally, since today is Friday and Shadowland was yesterday, or at least Shadowland ended yesterday, if you did it last minute like I did, and you have a bunch of biometrics sitting in your inventory, don't use them, because this is an Epic Quest update. So what that means is, let me just jump over here. We're getting at least, I don't know, 4 or 5 new characters, because if you look at the Epic Quest in its totality, you can see right there, we have Scorpion, we have Green Goblin, we have Dakin, we have Bullseye, we have Ares and Moonstone. And that's 7 characters. One of them being a tier 3 native that's possibly going to be coming with the, the Epic Quest for the Eternals. But the rest, one is a deluxe package character, one is a shifter, and then the rest are just like farmable characters. Considering the fact that these guys are Eternals, they're probably going to all be in bio selectors, excluding the ones that cost crystals, obviously, right? So save your bios, rank up your Sersis if you don't have her already ranked up. But I would say ideally bank all the bios that you can. That way you can use that to get through the epic quest. I really hope that Netmarble doesn't turn this epic quest into another, oh, go fetch Icarus's pants, go fetch Icarus socks, go fetch Icarus's sunglasses, go fetch Icarus's wings. You guys know what I'm talking about? Where they basically have you spend thousands of energy just like grinding out what is it called? Dimension missions, looking for these nonsensical stupid stuff that they decide to put in the epic quest to make it artificially longer. Please, I hope to God they don't do that again, because it's really, really irritating. Like, find a way to make the content more entertaining than just like burning energy, right? So stupid. Anyways, Sersi, honestly, I just want her to have a heal. A heal that is not reliant on her charm, because in case you guys don't know, when characters rely on their charm, they tend to fall off drastically when you take them into World Boss Legend, because of the fact that the charm is a way for you to heal, but if you can't charm the boss, your heal is dead in the wind. And if you can't heal, yeah, you don't make it too far in a World Boss Legend. So I'm really, really hoping that they put another way for her to heal in here. And if they want to keep it so that her damage accumulation is based on damage taken, I hope they give her the Sharon Rogers treatment, where they take away some of the iframes and whatnot and just give her invincibility and damage immunity so she can soak up those incoming attacks and retaliate. Otherwise, please change her from damage taken to damage dealt. That's all I'm asking. I don't need every character to be damage dealt, because we see Captain America. We know damage taken can work if the character's kit is set up in a way where they're not always in the iframes. Please don't give us another Hyperion situation. I don't want it, especially since she's free to play. I would love it if she ends up being the strongest Eternal. Not only is she probably the most popular one, it's probably Icarus, but still, everybody loves Sersi, right? So if Sersi ended up being the strongest, like non-tier 3 native one, I'm sure everybody would be happy. But at the end of the day, these guys want to make as much money as possible, so they'll do what they need to do. But hopefully Icarus and Sersi end up getting a lot of love, because I know a lot of you guys have quite a bit invested in these characters. My Sersi, she's just rocking a proc, so I won't do anything crazy with her. I would say leave your Icarus and your Sersi looking like how I have my Sersi looking, which is just basically energy attack, and just leave the rest of the slots open, because you don't know what they're gonna do for their uniforms. They could get extra crit rate, they could get extra crit damage, extra dodge, ignore dodge, whatever, right? So just leave their Uru slots looking like this. Don't be a fool and put a whole bunch of blessings on there. Well, if you have it like that, do it, but I would not recommend it, because you never know, right? You could be overkilling it by putting in a whole bunch of stuff that you don't need to, that you could save for another character. Because keep in mind, overall there's 11 Eternals, so there's going to be a lot of characters for you to build, so you want to micromanage your resources. All right, so with that being said, ladies and gents, I'm gonna leave it right here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.